started off with my desire to take some kind of a trip, to do something I've never done before and visit a place I've never visited with my family. So in September of 2017, I started planning our family trip. The next thing I did was make a list of places I've never been. For example, Big Bend. I've never been there, and I've always wanted to go. Lots of places in New Mexico, Utah. And then I started thinking, what about California? Then I thought, hey, my brother lives in California, so why not give him a call and say, hey, Yuri, let's go on a trip and meet somewhere. He was really excited about it, and we discovered that New Mexico, and I believe it was Las Cruces, was the place where we were going to meet. I've got this rule that I'm not going to drive more than 6 hours per day on a road trip. The whole idea is to enjoy the journey and not be focused on the destination. So 6 hours in the car can easily turn out to be a 10 to 12 hour road trip. It turned out that Yuri wasn't able to make it. So, keeping my driving limit below 6 hours a day and using Google Maps, I planned a route that would take me deep into the mountains of Arkansas with a few stops along the way. My plan was as follows. Day 1, Clear Springs Park, 4 hours and 47-minute drive. Day 2, Hot Springs National Park, 2 hour and 11-minute drive. Day 3, Mount Magazine State Park, 2 hour and 1-minute drive. Day 4, no driving. Day 5, White Oak Lake State Park, 3 hour and 12-minute drive. Day 6, Houston, 5 hour and 5-minute drive. I reserved campgrounds in Clear Spring Park, Mount Magazine, and White Oak Lake State Park. Hot Springs is on a first-come, first-served basis, so I couldn't reserve campgrounds there. And Thanksgiving Day, they had no campsites available in Mount Magazine. So naturally, I was planning on winging a few nights, and that gave me a sense of adventure, not knowing what's going to happen. Before I continue, I want to point out that the only park that didn't have showers was Hot Springs National Park. And I wasn't too worried about that because it's a hot springs. The plan was to leave Monday morning at 6 a.m. Drive the 4 hours or so, a few rest stops along the way, maybe some lunch, and arrive by 12. Well, things didn't work out as I planned, and we ended up leaving after 12 because I had to return some gear and I had some projects that I had to finish for clients that day. Well, we ended up arriving at 7:15 p.m. exactly. At first I wasn't too worried because I thought the park closed at 9 p.m. But as soon as we got there, I discovered that the park had closed at exactly 7 p.m. 15 minutes before we arrived. So, and the problem was, this is the only park I've ever seen that has an access gate. And we didn't have the access code.
Slept all night on a big white ship. Seagulls were dancing all around. I woke up with a sunrise on the sea. It's such a precious gift to me.
Tomoko whispered a short prayer, and after waiting for a few minutes, 2 cars approached the exit gate. I jumped out of the car and I was able to get the access codes from them so we could get in. And in the darkness and 40-degree cold weather, we set up tent, and thus ended our first cold day of our Thanksgiving trip. What I soon discovered was that our showers were out of order. So naturally, I thought, we'll just take a shower at our next destination, Hot Springs National Park. At Hot Springs National Park, to take a shower was going to cost me $80. So I decided to skip taking a shower there and say, well, another day with no showers. We'll take a shower at the next location. We changed our plans slightly and ended up in Horseshoe Canyon Ranch so that we could go rock climbing with Pete and Elizabeth. And guess what? There weren't any showers there either. So now we're on day 4 of no showers. I wanted to get a time lapse of the sunrise at Horseshoe Canyon Ranch, and I had set up the camera the perfect spot. Unfortunately, it was in between the tent and the car, and Tomoko kept on going back and forth to get stuff from the car, and I had asked her, "Hey Tomoko, please don't walk in front of the camera because I don't want you to block a frame, and then I think it'll ruin my captured beautiful sunrise." Well, when I got the footage and downloaded it, I actually caught a frame of her. But when I looked at it, I thought it turned out pretty awesome. On our way to go rock climbing with Pete and Elizabeth, on the way up through the path, we saw this sign that said Cliffs of Insanity. It really freaked Tomoko out. We stopped at White Oak Lake State Park. White Oak Lake State Park. I think that's a tongue twister. White Oak Lake State Park. We stopped there, and finally we got to take showers. Unfortunately, there were 7 kids taking showers before me, and even though I got the coldest water in the world, I was so happy to finally be clean. Well, this is my first travel vlog, and even though I set out to do this in November of 2017, Harvey kind of threw everything into a procrastination kind of belated kind of like, when am I ever going to finish this kind of state? And finally, this is it. It's done. And my next vlog, my next travel vlog, my next travel log is coming soon.